Alright, it's that time of year, month, week, day, insert period of time here. Again, where we need to predict the pay-per-view coming up for the WWE. This one, let's be honest, probably one of the most predictable ones of the year.
Yes.
But watch me eat a broom after getting 1 out of 6.
Also, probably one of the better ones, because I think this is going to be better than Fastlane.
Probably. It's still not going to be good. Like, it's still not going to be like, damn, son.
I mean, by the time Fastlane comes around, they're going to have the same amount of people in the title match as they're going to have in the Chamber.
This is still not going to, like, even contest Hell in the Cell or something like that.
No, but, I mean...
And also, probably, hopefully not Mania. But, hey, what are you going to expect? A lot of predictable stuff is going to happen.
I mean, we're coming off a week Rumble.
Yes.
We're going into a week Fastlane, so this one's going to stand out.
Into
maybe.
Probably also a rather weak Mania. Compared in the context of all Manias. But hey, they always got some surprises up their sleeve, so there's gonna be good moments in this pay-per-view too. So are we gonna get into this? There's 6 matches to be predicted.
Yes, there is.
First one, it's a pre-show match, obviously. Luke Gallows, Machine Gun Anderson versus the Miztourage. Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel. The Miztourage.
You know what? Just before we started this, I said that both Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel come from rather famous wrestling families.
That's true. They
both of them are
got
jobbers.
Some heritage, man. And
that's a crime.
Yeah, but they're not that good, is the thing. I mean, they're basically alright. Bo Dallas was NXT champion, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. He's one of those people that were pretty good in NXT. Yeah. Then they got called up and they did nothing with him.
That's the road that Ty Dillinger is on, for example.
Yeah.
Bailey too, yeah, and
the Revival.
Yeah, other people on today's match card too, which I'm gonna get to. But who do you got picked?
I mean, Gallows and Anderson
makes all the sense, right? Also, we had the Machine Gun Anderson talk. I don't call him that ever, even though they should because he's damn good. Like he's damn good.
Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Anderson.
Yeah, we had just before starting this, we had a discussion where it's like a little fantasy booking line where CM Punk comes back.
Yeah,
and either wants both those guys, because remember Doc Gallows in the straight edge society type thing, and it leads to a feud with either Styles or Balor, whomever is kind of associated with them,
which currently would be Balor.
Or it leads to actually Gallows and Anderson splitting up, and then we have a tag team with Gallows and Punk, and whatever Anderson Balor, Anderson Styles.
Yeah,
be pretty cool.
This entire match has like the thing about wasted potential.
Yeah.
Like, if they built them right, all of those guys, I mean, if they built them right, anyone can be in the main event, but like, Anderson, he's good.
Anderson is great. Like he would be.
It really wasted him.
He could totally be a for real upper mid carder by himself. I could totally see him winning like IC championships and all that.
And I mean, the other guys in this match all have something that the WWE likes to use. Gallows is a big guy, and Dallas and Axel, they've got the history.
They got the heritage, yeah.
Which WWE loves normally.
Usually.
I mean, for a while they pointed out for Axel.
Yeah. But you can't, apparently you can't always, I mean they gave Bo a try with the Bo leaving, Bo.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can't have everyone be the winner,
You know what's funny?
Yeah, I know what's funny.
We probably talked longer about the match than it's gonna be.
Probably, yeah. It's like 3 minutes now. It might be over in 1:30. I never know. We'll see. Yeah, Gallows and Anderson, thank you. Pretty sure that's that. Second match. And we don't know how these are going to be listed. We don't know the match order.
Yeah.
Are we just going to go through it in the way it says?
Let's actually
go from bottom up. Get the non-title matches out of the way first.
Elimination Chamber last, I would say, and then get the non-title matches out first.
Okay, we got Asuka versus Nia Jax. Now, stipulation is that if Nia Jacksonville Jaguars is going to win, she will be added to the championship match at WrestleMania 34, in which Asuka is going to face God knows who.
So, Asuka has never lost a match.
Correct.
And also, I don't think they're going to make it a triple threat match.
And Asuka has beaten Nia in NXT.
that as well. So, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer, I feel. Asuka,
I'm picking her too. Unless some shenanigans, she's not gonna lose outright. I know that.
Yeah, of course.
Then I have heard the idea that it is gonna be a triple threat. If it's gonna be Asuka and Alexa Bliss, because that is kind of a weak matchup for Mania.
Okay.
Too weak of a matchup. So that Nia Jax's gonna be in there, no matter what. But they might just fool around to the point where it doesn't happen here, but then later she's gonna be added in there anyway.
I mean, interference, and then you're gonna
something.
I mean, for fuck's sake, they found a way to put 7 people into an elimination chamber, and they found a way to put 5 people into the WWE Championship match on Fastlane.
Exactly.
Which was supposed to be 2.
Maybe they'll just have Alexa actually interfering on behalf of Asuka because she doesn't want to face Nia. She's like, Asuka, you're my weight class. I can take you. Nia, I mean, no. Just no. So it's usually
you're way more than the both of us combined.
Exactly. It's like, nah, that's not fair. So that's a possibility at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, Asuka's gonna win the match. I'm pretty sure. Nia Jax is not gonna pin her clean in the middle of the ring. That would be a waste of a streak.
If Alexa interferes, that would be Nia winning technically by DQ if there's a DQ.
Yes, which is okay. I think Asuka should just win it somehow.
The point is, Asuka is not gonna lose clean.
Yeah, maybe someone can interfere without the ref noticing. Maybe the ref can be blinded by the light for a while. Music reference.
Yeah.
Anyway, next match.
Yeah.
Let's go by importance, I guess, or by non-title match.
Let's go with other non-title match.
Okay, Woken, Matt Hardy
versus Bray Wyatt.
The 2 best laughs, demonic possessed laughs in the whole WWE. Bray already won decisively one match against Matt Hardy. This
should be way better than it is.
You're saying the match is going to be better than we think right now, or it should be better than it is going to be? You don't know how it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be great because here's what I think.
They're going to get like 5 minutes.
I think they're going to get their rubber match at Mania.
Yeah.
Which also leads me to predict that Matt is going to win this.
Matt should have Brother Nero.
Yeah.
Bray should have his Wyatt family.
Sister Abigail impersonate herself.
Something.
That was such a
joke. No, not the Sister Abigail thing, but...
Man, this Sister Abigail thing could have been such an epic thing, man.
But seriously, the Bludgeon Brothers, they aren't doing anything great.
Yeah. But they're the Bludgeon Brothers.
Just have them be the Wyatt family again. You know?
But it's Braun. He's doing stuff.
Yeah, of course. They don't need to have Braun. Yeah. But it's like... Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt versus
maybe give him
Matt and Jeff.
Maybe, yeah.
Not necessarily every match. You can have it be like just Matt versus Bray.
They can pull up some stuff, you know, the Wyatt family, some heel stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
They could film something with the Hardy compound.
Yeah. The Wyatt compound.
No. That was a disaster.
Maybe both.
Yeah, but, you know, like,
just
give Matt Hardy a camera, and some money to buy props,
a lawnmower, we're good,
and just let him direct the thing.
It's true.
He knows what he's doing. Give him some camera people.
Yeah, I'm still incredibly salty over the whole thing that they did with Sister Abigail. Could have been so damn great. Could have made
seriously, just let Matt Hardy book his and Bray's storylines. For as long as he's in WWE.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Because Bray is a very similar character.
Yeah.
So yeah, Matt's winning the match. What about you?
Yeah, of course.
Also picking Matt? Because they're going to have their rematch at Mania.
Yeah, first of all, you know, the whole 50-50 booking thing.
I mean, if they're going to have the rematch at Mania, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If Bray wins, this needs to be over. This has to be over. Right?
Yeah. No, it's gonna be Matt. I'm feeling it.
So you think we're gonna see an awakening?
Maybe.
Finally. How about a breaking? I mean, woken isn't the same as broken. You can tell that he's still being pretty limited by the production crew.
Yeah. Again, let him book his shit.
Yeah. But it's Vincent's house of incidents, man. They're gonna do it like he wants it to be done. So yeah, I'm saying Matt's winning. Whatever, man. Next match.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss is defending her women's championship versus a bunch of people.
Okay, versus Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Sonya Deville.
That is correct.
I think Alexa keeps it.
Few storylines that could work with this. Yes, Alexa definitely deserves to keep it. Not from like a kayfabe thing, but she deserves to defend her title at Mania.
Yeah.
Even though she's gonna lose it, most
also,
likely.
That's another thing, right? If she's gonna lose, then she's gonna lose it with no pay-per-view in between Mania and this.
And win it back on Raw.
So, she either wins it back on Raw, which is, that's cheap anyways.
That's stupid.
And then, whoever has it is probably gonna lose it to Asuka at Mania.
Yeah, most likely. So it should be Alexa losing it to Asuka at Mania.
Exactly, because they shouldn't...
She's had the title for a while now.
They shouldn't have a transitional champion in between.
Oh, that's stupid. Another idea would be, of course, if you want to make the title or whatever Asuka, and if you maybe even Asuka to SmackDown, eventually to challenge Charlotte at Mania, like swerve them a little bit. You could also have Sasha or Bayley interchangeably win the title here, and then have the other one turn heel on the first one.
Yeah, but...
Because that's been something that we've been waiting for a while. Now, most likely Sasha Banks will be turning heel. If
they're doing the horsewoman thing at Mania, then they can't have one of them turn right now.
I don't think they're going to do that at the moment.
I'm not sure.
I'm not feeling it, man.
I don't think so, because they would have probably built the UFC horsewoman more.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it right now.
If they were doing it,
I mean, they got to put some stuff into place if they're gonna do it, because how about the women's title for SmackDown? Is Charlotte just gonna keep that and it's like we're all good? We pretend like we're not defending it at Mania at all.
That would be the first time they've done something like that.
It's still possible, and if in that case, definitely Alexa's winning and nothing's really changing. Status quo is gone. So. I know that the Sasha Banks turn on Bayley needs to happen. Yeah. Eventually. But the thing is, we said that a year ago. I think we literally said that going into last Mania.
At this point, maybe Bayley should turn.
I think Bayley. But Sasha works the heel character so much better. We already know that she can do it.
Yeah, but I feel like they could do it with Bayley. They've had her do the thing where she could get aggressive when she needed to in NXT. They could.
Yeah, but then in the main roster, she's just like, it's a place that can't do it.
But
candlestick on the pole match. I can't do this.
They could do the whole thing where
that's awful.
Like how Bo was for a while, where she's all kinds of nice, and then when it gets into the ring, she fights dirty. She does all the heel things, and then she always pretends to be nice.
That could work, but I don't see it there.
And I feel like
both of those people aren't exactly perfect for that role because they're both so beloved, right?
Yeah, but Bayley has also really dropped.
Yeah, of course.
Like Sasha Banks,
that's booking.
She's also not as high as she used to be, but like Bayley, she was like a fan favorite in NXT.
She came up when she came up, she won a title. From there, it went down.
And then they basically killed the character really fast.
Yeah, by making her like they literally did what people tell you not to do. Took her kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
And made that into a thing, and then it's like we're done. So yeah, that sort of needs to happen. If it's not gonna happen, if that's not happening, Alexa's keeping the title, which is also my prediction.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most obvious thing because again, there's nothing in between this and Mania.
Yes. So if you want to... I mean, they have switched the women's title on Raw.
Yeah.
Before. Remember that Charlotte-Sasha thing?
They switched...
Charlotte wins at the pay-per-view.
And Sasha wins it back in between.
Because Charlotte can't lose at pay-per-views now, can she?
She can't lose...
I remember...
She can't lose title matches on pay-per-views somewhere.
Exactly.
It's very specific.
But you did. I do remember their Hell in a Cell match, which was kind of fun. She clocked her from behind and then just like when the cell was almost down and dragged her underneath or something like that.
I remember I believe it was False Count Anywhere match where she tried to tap her out on like
the
railing.
Railing. Yeah, exactly.
Stairs, yeah.
Which actually happened, and that's how Sasha won it on Raw.
Yeah,
that was on Raw though.
She actually, that
was also pretty nice. And that's I think how she actually went into this bit of a longer run. Anyway, Alexa Bliss, 2 more matches.
Tag titles.
Now this one is an interesting one, and this could go a lot of cool ways. So, well, it could go one cool way. Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, the new Ford F-150. Not a sponsor. I'm just referencing a commercial here. Versus Titus Worldwide, which is
as in Apollo Crews.
Hilariously enough, since LeVar Ball showed up, it had to be changed to Titus Worldwide because it's a big brawler brand. Vince, man, LeVar Ball is an idiot. Just say that real quick. But Titus Worldwide, which is Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. Who do you got?
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah.
I want Titus Worldwide
Absolutely.
to win, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Because Apollo Crews is that guy I was talking about from NXT who's been underused. Man, Vince, Apollo Crews is the dude. I've been saying this for 2 years now, have I not?
Although the problem with Apollo Crews was always he never really had a character.
Yeah.
He was always all around a nice guy.
He's the Bailey of the men's division.
Yeah, but he never really had a gimmick. For Bailey, it's like the whole hugging thing and being nice is her gimmick.
He's just like, oh, I'm athletic, I can do flips.
Yeah, he's just an athletic dude who smiles a lot. Yeah. It's not a gimmick.
I can spin around and fly through the air a lot.
That's just, hey, I'm an athletic dude, I'm a wrestler, and I'm happy to be here.
Exactly.
It's not a gimmick.
Not a gimmick.
That's just him being good at wrestling, which
it should be enough. This man, this man will be all over the board in New Japan.
Yeah, but WWE is a lot about the entertainment part, about their whole sports entertainment thing.
Man,
and not as much about the sport.
I really want them to win, but I can't predict it. This is like the one time when Apollo was facing The Miz for the IC title.
Yeah.
Didn't you actually predict it that way? Or did I? Someone?
I picked Apollo.
I think so.
That was a period when I picked against Miz a lot.
Because you just hated him so bad.
And he never lost.
Never lost. He eventually lost to Ziggler. Eventually.
Yeah.
In the title.
As a matter of fact, I predicted that Ziggler was going to win, but that was also, hey, title versus career.
I picked for Miz. I remember that too.
Because the thing is, in title versus career matches, almost always does the person putting the career on the other line win.
But there was legit rumors that Ziggler was leaving anyway in that match. I want Titus Worldwide, the big baller brand. No, not those guys. Titus Worldwide to win so badly, but they're not gonna win. If they do, I'm gonna be happy. If they do, we're gonna do a review.
We should probably do a review.
We should do a review anyway, but if they do, we'll do it. We might still do it anyway.
Interesting enough, I believe the first wrestling pay-per-view that we haven't reviewed was the Rumble.
Possible, yeah.
Because we reviewed all the ones before.
Possible. Which
is also weird because you know how the pay-per-view right before the Rumble, like the review that we made exploded.
Yeah.
For no discernible reason, by the way.
1,000 views on that.
Got like 1,000 views when all the other ones got like 20 or something.
We should start doing reviews again.
And then like the next pay-per-view we're like, oh yeah, nah, we're not doing a review.
My sense for business decision tells me we need to do that again.
I love how you were like, oh no, we're not gonna review it. Like the Rumble ends, like the last one.
We're gonna do it again, okay?
Yeah.
Sheamus and Cesaro. Last match.
The Elimination Chamber match. The winner faces Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34 for the Universal title. A year ago, it was said that Roman Reigns was gonna face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania 34.
I'm not taking a shit over here. I'm just not very happy about what's going on.
And the times, they're not changing.
The times, they aren't changing, man. But we're 99% of the way there, and we both know it's gonna happen.
It's Roman.
It's Roman. It has to be Roman. I am looking for some fun stuff from Elias. Maybe them teasing John Cena to win.
Okay, so thing is, Miz is the Intercontinental Champion. He's in this match.
Yeah.
And they're gonna set up as a WrestleMania match. I've heard rumors about Braun.
Yes.
But Finn and Elias would also both make sense. More Finn than Elias, to be fair.
Finn and Miz would be a very good one, yes. So, Rollins, God knows what he's going to do.
He could also do it, but I don't think so.
Rollins was also one of those candidates for fighting along Ronda Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Along with The Rock and Kurt Angle, for example, right?
So, but I feel like the real question for the Elimination Chamber is not who's going to win, but who's going to face Miz. Because everyone knows that Roman's going to win.
I'm thinking Braun. Because Braun, starting with the IC title, could be a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like they decided to start Corbin with the US title.
But I can tell you, after WrestleMania, Braun is not going to wear that belt around his waist.
Probably not.
He might wear it over his shoulder, but not around his waist.
He's never going to wear it around his waist because it's not going to fit.
Exactly.
That's the thing, right? Like, how are you going to wear it around his waist? Like, when Asuka's wearing a belt, like, she's basically covered 50% of body, right?
You know the WWE store sells, like, belt extenders?
Yeah.
They're also all black, no matter, they don't have the multiple colors.
Straps,
yeah.
I wonder how he even puts on a weightlifting belt. Like, he probably has them specially made for him. Like, generally, these guys, like these strongmen and power lifters and all that, world's strongest man dudes, like, they put no weight belts. Like, they had, like, 3XL type. Man. Yeah, I'm saying Strowman versus The Miz. But that's not even the point of this match. Roman's gonna win.
But that is the actual, like, realistic question of the match. Because, again, Roman's gonna win. We know.
I can see Braun just eliminating The Miz. And The Miz then just being mad and just confronting him and like, oh, I could kick your ass, talking smack from far away distance type of thing, and then like Shane McMahon, no, not Shane, it's just wrong. Kurt Angle just comes out and be like, okay, you know what, you got a match. If you want to do it, you guys match. And Miz is like, oh no, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah,
but he's now forced to do the match.
With Miz, it's the type of thing where he gets eliminated. And he still fights the person who just eliminated him and costing them the match. That's what he does.
That's also possible.
Which is also one of the ways he could eliminate Braun. It's like, oh yeah, like The Miz, who wasn't even supposed to be in there anymore, interferes, and then 3 people take it.
Braun is gonna get one of those gang eliminations.
Exactly, right? But
no one's gonna pin him but one person.
But he's gonna pin Miz, and then Miz is gonna help the gang eliminate him, despite not being in the match anymore, or something like that.
That's something that's gonna happen. Cena, God knows what he's going to do at Mania.
One more thing. Ronda Rousey, I believe, is signing her Raw contract, is she not?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
There's got to be some reason why they're putting a contract signing on the card, right?
Yes. But
maybe it's just to draw views with the name.
Ronda Rousey on WWE Raw pay-per-view. Yeah. Possibly.
That's enough of a reason because she's such a draw.
But also because there might be a plot twist.
So there's usually some kind of storyline development with the signings.
They never have remember the last time they had a contract signing where tables weren't flipped and some altercation or unexpected event did not occur?
I think there was one on Raw at one point where it didn't do anything. And that was
that's super rare, right?
I think they did that once.
And on pay-per-view, that's totally unnecessary to do. If they wanted, they could just have someone come out and be like, oh yeah, Ronda just signed her contract. She's got to show up on Raw tomorrow. So everyone turn out to Raw. Right?
But this is going to be a storyline thing.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely.
Which brings
up the question, is it setting up her Mania match?
Perhaps.
Is it going to be a SmackDown interference and she ends up on SmackDown?
Like Daniel Bryan showing up? No. I mean, I'm not opposed. We'll see. Because Charlotte's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll see. That's our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. I think it's pretty obvious who's winning most of those matches. I don't have many doubts, honestly.
I mean, we predicted the same thing, which happens very rarely. We usually at least differ on one match.
Probably the most doubtful match would be Bray and Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Although I feel like that's about as certain as a tag title match because I wouldn't be that surprised if Titus Worldwide won.
Alright, yeah.
Because Cesaro and Sheamus have been holding those belts for a while.
Yeah.
And titles worldwide through some shenanigans winning the titles.
Would be, I totally appreciate it.
I wouldn't be that surprised.
It would be great, but I would still be surprised, but not too surprised.
You know what? I feel like the least certain match, if we're really being technical about the outcome, might just be the women's singles match. Yeah. Because there might be shenanigans.
Right.
Which ends in a no contest or a DQ.
Which could also totally happen in the women's championship match.
It's an Elimination Chamber match. I don't think so.
Or, yeah.
Which is the thing, right?
Yeah.
The whole shenanigans finish could really likely happen with Asuka versus Nia. Which is the fact that Asuka winning is not that certain. It's just that she's not going to lose clean. Yeah.
That's possible. That might be some stuff. Okay, that's our predictions, alright? Let me know what you think about it. Or let us know what you think about it. What's your predictions? Do you agree with all of them? Do you disagree? And why are you such a mark if you disagree? In the comment section. Let's get into the halftime show.
Yeah, let's do that.
So what do we got planned?
So you told me you prepped a song versus for me.
I did prep, which stands for prepare, a song versus preparate. That's also a word, isn't it? Is it a word?
Is it?
Preparate?
I don't think so.
Is that not a word? Preparate?
The point is your next spell is 3 mana cheaper.
Exactly. And here's my first spell. Highway to Hell versus Stairway to Heaven. I think we've had this matchup before.
I think I've used that before.
But we need to settle this thing once and for all. And it's still as hard as ever.
I'm going to go with Highway to Hell.
Why? Both are legendary songs.
They are both good.
They're both the probably individual most known songs by their individual artists.
To that I say TNT.
No.
It's either Highway to Hell or TNT.
No. Sure. It's Highway to Hell or Hell's Bells.
You think
yeah.
So?
Yeah, it's not TNT. No. It's not TNT. It's Highway to Hell for damn sure. But other than that, it's Hell's Bells.
Okay.
Almost certain. Am I wrong with that? No. Almost certain. So you're picking Highway to Hell?
I think Highway to Hell, I feel like it's just slightly better, but it's a close one, definitely.
I don't want to make up my mind on this, which is good because I'm asking the questions. This one is tough. I'm going to give my opinions on other ones where it's more obvious. But this one's, I want to decide, man. They both have pretty good quality. I will still say that technically, objectively, the better song would be Stairway to Heaven. But
why?
Well, I feel like it's more of an artistic thing. It's more expressionate. It's more meaningful.
Well, for me, it's, like Highway to Hell is like leaning more into the rock part.
If you had to tell the story of music, what song would you include rather?
Fair, Stairway to Heaven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was getting at. So I think this that holds a more important part in music as an icon.
That is true.
Even though Highway to Hell is pretty good in that thing too. So I'm not gonna judge it though because it's not my turn to do that. Next one. This is kind of a fatal 4-way, but I might structure it differently. No wait, this isn't. Is it? No, it's not. It's not. It's not one first. That's the next one. This one is Sympathy for the Devil versus Sympathy for the Devil. The Rolling Stones.
You're asking me Rolling Stones versus Guns N' Roses.
Exactly.
I'm not even sure if I've heard the Guns N' Roses.
And I'm just waiting for you to make the wrong decision because you're gonna.
See, here's the thing. I don't think I've heard the Guns N' Roses version.
I have put it in the Music Share playlist, which is a place that we use to share music.
Well, I haven't listened to it yet, so
we need to do that in the very near future.
I haven't listened to the Guns N' Roses version, so I can't say. I can't possibly say.
That's true.
And I know that you're going to say the Guns N' Roses version is better.
Yes.
Because otherwise you wouldn't have said that I'm going to make the wrong decision because you know that I like the Stones.
It is better, even though I don't like the song itself enough yet to actually add either one version to my playlist. So, I might at one point. If I do, it's probably going to be the Guns N' Roses version.
I would give you an answer, but I just can't.
All right, you need to listen to that soon. Okay, here's the Fatal 4-Way. We can make it an elimination match if we want to. We could make it a tournament. Let's make it. Let's just compare everyone to each other. All right. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna name you the 4 songs, and you're gonna tell. I mean, the connection is pretty obvious, but
continue.
It's Jesse by Joshua Canison. It's Cora by Latin Quarter. It's Cassandra by ABBA, and it's Maria by Blondie.
I see what you're doing there.
Who's your favorite lady? Basically. So originally I put Cassandra versus Maria, which is the first one I'm gonna need you to pick.
Cassandra versus Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Maria.
Really?
Yes.
That sounded very convincing.
Yes.
All right. Other one, Jesse was Cora.
Jesse.
Okay, then give me winner versus winner.
See, that's where it gets tough.
Is that where it gets tough?
I'm
gonna
say Jesse.
Okay, are you just going by what name do you think is the coolest, or actually the song?
No, I'm actually going by the song. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so his name's Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay, put him in order. Just put him in order, 1, 2, 4.
Well,
Jesse will be 1.
Jesse will be 1. Maria will be 2. And then I believe it's Cassandra and then Cora.
All right. So for me, because I'm a judge this too, Cora is on 4. I love Latin Quarter. Cora is probably the weakest song of theirs.
So we agree.
That I have. Latin Quarter, top 10 band for sure, possibly top 5. It's a thing, but that song is not quite up to the standard of these other 3.
I'm gonna guess that Cassandra is probably higher because you like ABBA a lot more than I do.
ABBA's great. And Cassandra is, as I have come to notice over the last few weeks, one of probably a top 5 ABBA song, man. If you think about it, there's a lot of ABBA songs, right? There's probably 30 more than that right now, if we just looking at it. But Cassandra's a good one. I still like the historical reference, of course, right? Which puts us higher on my list. But the way I would... What? Are you going to say something?
Again, the references is the type of stuff that I care less about.
Exactly.
And it's also the thing that... While I'm not going to say that ABBA is bad by any means.
Yeah.
I feel like they are one of the bands which are like consistently good, but I feel like never great.
Well, they're rarely great. That is true. But I feel like if there's going to be a few songs that are great, Cassandra might be on the verge of that, along with Super Trooper, maybe. Now, the way to order these 3 is as tough for me as it was for you to pick the first 2. But because these are really good songs, I don't want to disrespect Cassandra to the point where I put it at 3. But I don't want to do this to the other ones too. So I'm making use of my right to abstain once again. Next one, we got Johnny B versus Johnny B. Good.
Okay.
Swerved you there.
Yeah, I knew where it was going. When he said Johnny B, I knew the other one was going to be Johnny B. Good.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Was the only thing that I could think of that would make like a reference for the title, which therefore was kind of the obvious one to go to. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Johnny B.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely need to listen to Johnny B. Good a few more times.
Right.
Because I haven't listened to that much.
All right.
But I'm gonna pick Johnny B right now.
Okay. I'm not gonna make my judgment on this again because I don't feel strongly enough toward either side. Wild card addition to that mix, Walk of Life by Dire Straits. And tell me the reference.
Okay, I don't actually know what the reference is right now, but...
Here comes Johnny singing Oldies Goldies.
Oh.
Yeah, the dude's name is Johnny. That's all the reference that I got.
I'm gonna still give it to Johnny B.
Really?
I'm gonna put Walk of Life on 2.
Alright.
And again, like, it's at least in part of familiarity thing, because I haven't listened to Johnny B. Good that much. But yeah, that's the order. I
would strongly disagree this time because Walk of Life is clearly better, in my opinion, than those two. Walk of Life is probably a top 25 song of all time. But I didn't even write that down. I just came up with that, remembering the Johnny line. So, next one, not too. I mean, this reference is also pretty obvious. Heart Light versus Burning Heart.
Okay.
It's both hearts.
Heart Light.
And light and burning.
Yeah.
You picking Heart Light?
Yeah.
I'm gonna abstain because it's a close matchup to me. You seem very convinced there.
Yeah. For me, that's actually a rather clear one. I'm not saying that either song is bad, but I feel like Heart Light is definitely better.
I might also tend to Heart Light if I took a close look at it. I would probably pick it if I was forced to pick one. I'd pick Heart Light right now. I like them both though, so I'm not gonna make a final decision. Like, not that any of our decisions are ever final, because it's shifting every time we do a new music topic.
That's the thing, right? It's like, we probably did talk about a lot of those songs, like, a while back, like a few months back, and I probably would have made some different decisions here and there. Probably,
because it shifts. It's a dynamic thing.
Yeah. And so, it's probably going to keep shifting.
It's true. We got two more. First one is Beat Up Guitar versus While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's the Hooters and the Beatles. The reference there is the word guitar.
Beat Up Guitar.
Yes. Even though the While My Guitar Gently Weeps is one of the better Beatles songs, as I have discovered. I don't know how you feel about that. It's possibly a top 5 Beatles song.
That's one of those where I have to listen to it.
Even though Beat Up Guitar is a top 3 Hooters song, and seeing as the Hooters are probably like, one time I ranked them higher than the Beatles, one time I didn't. That's the thing, right?
Again, it's fluid, man.
Who those bands is better? I don't fucking know. Like, objectively the Beatles, no doubt, but
yeah, of course.
Or like, who do I like better, man?
Beatles are like, you could definitely make an argument that the Beatles are the best band ever, objectively.
Yeah.
Because of their sales numbers.
That's true.
Chart topping. I think they were the only band that got the entire top 5 of the charts at one point. You know, that kind of stuff.
They are the most accomplished musicians.
Yeah.
Which doesn't necessitate an argument for them being the best, but they are the most accomplished, definitely.
Which, you know, again, when you arguing 100% objective, should make them one of the best.
Well, I'm thinking of a sports comparison right now, but for example, in sports, right? You know Tom Brady, you know that guy, right?
Yeah.
So there's people who make an argument for him to be the best quarterback of all time. Now people like me, with sane understanding and a huge favoritism for the 49ers, will say that Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback of all time. The numbers tell me that Tom Brady has won 5 Super Bowls, lost 3 of them.
Yeah.
Numbers also tell me that he's thrown several interceptions in those games. Now, numbers also tell me that Joe Montana has won 4, which is 1 less, lost 0 Super Bowls, never thrown a single interception, and always basically won the game through his greatness. Now, are you going to measure it by Super Bowls won? By Super Bowl win rate? By highest accomplishment? Like, what are you going to measure it by? So, projecting that onto the Beatles is tough because you can have, okay, how many top, chart songs did they have?
But I feel like the fact that when I just mentioned where it's like, oh yeah, they had like the entire top 5 or something. Yeah. Like, no one has ever had more than 3 songs in the top 5 at one time or something like that.
Objectively, that argument is totally to be made for the Beatles to be the greatest. They're definitely in that conversation, and I think they're the first band that will come to mind if that conversation were to be had. You know what?
I think, like, if you go sales figures, I think someone who's actually really close, like, who's like also in the top 5 at least, is like Justin Bieber, which, you know,
that's not even a band, is it?
No, but I'm just like musicians in general, not a band. Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
which is like. But I don't know.
Well, if you want to really rely on sales numbers, possible. I don't know about record sales and all that. But I think like
also like charts, he also like number 1 positions and all that stuff.
But top 5, all of them.
I think he did.
I would say that from like accomplishment standpoint and like the legacy and all that, there's really no comparison there.
Yeah, of course. So I'm not even saying that Justin Bieber is good. I'm just saying that, like, the numbers say that he's not that bad.
Like, if someone's gonna remember that dude in 50 years the way we remember the Beatles now, all right, props to that. I'll recognize it. But right now, not really. That's of course.
That only happens if he somehow stays relevant, like during his career. If he produces more songs, if people will remember.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with him anyway. I don't know any of his songs, but I imagine it's pretty bad.
You're not really missing too much.
That's good. So last one, Copperhead Road by Steve Earle versus Back from the Front by The Call. What's the reference?
First of all, I'm picking Back from the Front.
Okay.
And second of all, God, what's the reference?
You're not too high on Copperhead Road, man.
No, I'm not.
Not too high on illegally crafted whiskey.
Well, I prefer my whiskey legal. Thank you very much.
Fair. You also don't live during the Prohibition.
That might be an argument.
Maybe.
I don't know what the reference is now.
The reference is Back from the Front, you know, soldiers from the front, PTSD and all that stuff.
Yes.
And the guy, like the narrator on Copperhead Road, did the same thing. Served 2 terms in Vietnam. Okay. Came home with a brand new plan. Like the PTSD is referenced, like DA's got a chopper in the air, wake up screaming like I'm back over there. So that's just a reference. Soldier came back from war, PTSD, and weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's the reference. And that's all the song verses.
I mean, there was probably some similar stuff we could have done with like the whole Prohibition and like Moonshine and that kind of stuff. Because there's Floyd, there's like Country Boy Can't Survive, there's like a lot of those as well.
Yeah, Floyd would have totally worked. That's true.
Yeah.
Alright, sure. So that's the halftime show.
Yes.
We got a fact of the week.
Yes, we got facts of the week.
Yeah, facts. That's a plural because we both have one. What's the fact of the week?
You might have noticed that somewhat recently
I did notice that.
We got over 100 subscribers.
That's true.
So
there's a special coming out next week.
Exactly. That's actually my fact of the week. Our subscriber special is coming out next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. That is in 4 days.
Yes. I'm just saying that because some people might have been like, you promised a 100 subscriber special.
Yeah.
You've been like at 100 subscribers for like a week.
Yeah.
Where's the video?
Am I gonna tell what it's gonna be about?
You may.
So you know that we're gonna say thank you 100 times.
Yes.
And we're still gonna do that. That's gonna stick. But we're making it a Hearthstone gameplay, but not just a regular gameplay. We're making it a challenge. So I got a challenge created for JJ to accomplish within the time that I'm gonna say thank you 100 times, basically, right?
Yes.
And
that's all we're gonna say, I believe.
I'm not gonna tell you the challenge yet.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to tell you, like, once before we do it, so you can't prepare. And of course, I'm not going to tell it to the viewers because then you would know it. So that's how we're going to do this, right? There's going to be a challenge for him to do. I'm going to say thank you 100 times. If it takes an hour, it's going to take an hour. If it's going to take 5 hours, it's going to take 5 hours.
Yeah.
To say the thank you, not to complete the challenge. Just see if you can complete the challenge within the time that we say thank you 100 times.
Yeah.
So that's all we're going to say to that. My fact of the week is, it is illegal for you, or I'm going to formulate this as a question. What is illegal for you to do in the British Parliament? Well, a lot of things, but one specifically that makes no sense. Something that is illegal for you to do in the British Houses of Parliament.
But only there.
Specifically there, yeah. It's a weird place. It might somewhere else, but like not in general.
I don't know, like throwing your gum on the ground, but that's probably illegal in a lot of places.
It's illegal to die in there.
Oh, I think I've heard that from one of those lists of like weird laws.
Word on the street is you will receive the death penalty for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty tough because if you do die and get like, you know.
No, you don't receive an actual death penalty for it. I was like, when you die, you got the death penalty.
Oh.
And they don't, and the state don't even have to execute it.
What if you actually die, and is there any repercussions? Like,
I don't know. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna lock you up?
Yeah, but again, like, death isn't necessarily permanent. Like, if you die, they can revive you for like 2 or 3 minutes afterwards. Just
to lock you up? Drag you in front of the judge? It's like this guy is like in a coma. He's gonna die. Judge him now, and he's gonna get locked up anyway. And just throw into a prison cell, and you just sit there, of course, being in a coma, 24/7, and then prison guards are gonna beat you up because you won't stand for count and all that.
People have come back from being medically dead and been fine.
But then did they actually die in there is a thing, right?
I don't know if being medically dead and being legally dead, there's probably a distinction there.
Yes. Also, my thought would be, if you kill someone in there, are you then
also responsible for them dying there?
Are you then a murderer? Or are you okay in doing that because you defended yourself against someone who is committing a crime?
You're not... If you're killing someone, you just help them commit a crime.
Whoa.
And you committed a crime on top of that.
Well. But that's arguing from the other way, right?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
I know, but that would be interesting, okay? My favorite of the week. We got a second topic.
Wait. If someone is about to die and you save them, are they still gonna be like... It's still gonna be like, oh yeah, you attempted death in Parliament?
No, I don't think so. Because they don't actually die. I don't. Is there something that's, like attempted death where it's not allowed?
I don't know.
You could get charged for attempted murder.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Attempted theft. It's all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, attempted death in Parliament.
Yeah.
He almost died.
Maybe.
It's his fault.
Maybe. Like you fall down the stairs.
Maybe intent is a problem.
You fall down the stairs accidentally, and then they can't be like, oh yeah, no. But if you like stood up there and just shot yourself.
What if you're trying to commit suicide?
Yeah. And then you didn't.
But someone prevents
might
yourself.
totally be a thing. If we have a British viewer, which we might totally have, we probably do. If there's I actually know of someone, but if there's a British viewer, let us know if that's the case. If someone ever died there, and if they did, what happened to them? Like, did they get punished? They go to jail? Let me know. Also,
if you ever want to commit suicide, first of all, don't.
Right.
And second of all, if you still want to, try doing it in Parliament.
Yeah, just to find out what happens. For others to find out what happens.
For legal reasons,
Legal reasons. Yeah.
Of course, we can't officially encourage it again for legal reasons.
Don't commit suicide.
Also, don't encourage.
But if this hypothetical real thing were to occur, just do it in Parliament, right? That's all I'm saying. Don't do it, but do it in Parliament. All right, we got a second topic. As soon as we get over this, because this was kind of stupid. This went somewhere it probably should not have gone. But we got a second topic, and what is it?
It's
something
basically is this name real or did they just make it up game again?
If you're a careful, attentive viewer, you know that we did that exact same thing a while back. And
we're gonna do it the exact same way with Hearthstone cards and sports people's names.
Because I
think some people call them athletes.
Don't say sports peoples, they're athletes. Professional athletes, matter of fact.
Maybe sports people, not sports peoples.
Yeah, some of them.
That would be crazy.
Some of them aren't actually pro athletes. Some of them are like high school or college athletes that nevertheless existed.
Great.
So we're gonna do it the exact same way because we are basically like.
I mean, not that it makes a difference for me because I wouldn't know immediately.
We like the WWE. There's no long-term memory here. Anything that happened more than a month in the past on a podcast, we can reuse it.
It's a sequel.
So exactly. So you want me to start, or do you want to start? So some of these names on this list are real. Some of them are made up. And I'm going to figure it out.
You start. I want to see what you can come up with.
Okay. Let me start with this one, man. This man went by the name of Night Train Lane. Night Train is his first name. It's spelled, and all three words spelled exactly the same, the way that you would think they would be. Night Train Lane.
Real.
It's real. But, fun fact, which is probably even funnier, the man's real first name was Dick. And then he got the nickname Night Train. He was a football player in like the 60s or something, and he was known to be a ferocious killer. Like, he'd take people's heads off. He was once quoted to say that if he doesn't break his own arm on a tackle, it wasn't a good tackle.
Okay.
And he'd always just grab around people's necks and just pull them down, all that. Like, just go for the head. That's what he did. But he was a great player.
I still think it's kind of stupid that you're picking nicknames, but whatever.
Well, everyone knows him as that.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not like, so when they tell like, you know this guy, Night Train Lane? Yeah. But Dick Lane, people probably would recognize him more under Night Train Lane.
Fair.
Alright. I just like that name. That's a really cool name.
Let's see. Let me pick off a random name from this list. Naga Sea Witch.
Naga Sea Witch. I know that there's a Naga Corsair.
Yes.
Is there a Naga? Like, the thing is, you alter names a little bit, which is one thing that I don't like about you doing. But Naga Sea Witch might totally be a thing. I'm just gonna say no because Naga Corsair. But then again, it might be yes because Naga is a thing. So is it a thing?
It's a thing.
It's a thing. All right.
Actually, I'm not even sure. I have, like, when I said it, I had the faintest memory of maybe having used it last time as well. I'm not sure.
No.
It is a wild card.
Of course.
And it changes the cost of all cards in your hand to 5.
Okay.
I can't remember for the life of me if it's a battle cry or a passive. I want to say it's a passive.
All right. Like, what's
Which
Aviana?
Yes.
Yeah, that
makes
changes
minutes
to
cost
1.
1. But, so, they actually at some point patched it, so Wild was already Wild, so that the Giants, not the New York Giants,
Not the New York Giants,
but like the Molten Giant and the Mountain Giant and that kind of stuff, that their cost would be basically set to 5 and then the reduction would be applied.
Oh,
So
that
like
could be free.
the Magma Giant would be free
Molten
if you
Giant.
had Molten Giant, yeah.
Taking more than 5 damage.
If you had more than 5 damage, exactly.
That's pretty good. And Mountain Giant also if you had like a few cards in your hand.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. They can pummel a bunch of giants.
But
Seems pretty powerful.
before that, it used to be that it would just be set at 5 no matter what.
So even if had 10 cards and they had the Mountain Giant would be 5, not 4. Okay. Awesome. Okay, next person, next player name. You ready for this?
Yeah.
D'Antoni Buttman. Buttman. D'Antoni Buttman.
Fake.
It's fake. How do you know that?
Well. Okay, so first of all, the first one, you were going into a lot of detail. Yeah. While the second one, you were just rereading the name.
Well, and the first, I was going to detail after you had guessed.
Nobody already said like, oh yeah, it's spelled exactly how you think it would be spelled.
That's what I could have said for this one too.
Yeah, but first of all, you didn't, and second of all, this one is the type of thing where it's like, you think it's a funny name.
It's a funny name.
So you put it.
It could be something if I found it on the internet or I knew him and I was like, I think this is a funny name, so I'm going to put him on there.
Yeah, but that sounded made up, which a lot of those do, but...
I was thinking I'm going to put, like, for fake people, I'm going to put, for this guy, I'm going to put, not fake sounding first name. Like, if you make someone up haphazardly, you would think I'm naming like Mike or John or something. So I put D'Antoni.
Okay.
So I was hoping you would fall for that, but you did. Good job.
Well.
Next turn.
What are we gonna take? Elminster.
Elminster.
Yes.
There's an elven minstrel. I don't know if that's a like abbreviation for that.
No.
How do you spell it?
It's Elminster, I believe.
Ster. Is that one word?
Yes. It's
Elminster. Elminster. You know, that might be a thing. In Wild probably. Elminster. Yeah, I'm saying that's the thing.
Fake.
Fake? All right.
Yep.
What is the stats?
It's fake.
You should have made up stats, man.
I might have if you asked me before you revealed that it was fake. Fun fact: it is a real character from fantasy. Not even from.
That's asshole.
Not even from the Warcraft universe.
That's an asshole.
He's a character from, I believe, the Greyhawk setting from D&D or something.
That's an asshole.
Elminster, Sage of Shadowdale.
Asshole move. That.
I think I've still got a quote from him in my WhatsApp. Not that I use it anymore, but
right. No.
It was like something like,
I've seen it.
While there's no lies in this book or something like that, not everything might be true or something.
Makes sense. That's an asshole move that you're doing. Anyway, I'm playing this game in a fair way, and here's my next name.
How is that an asshole move?
That's like me using politicians that you also don't know, but you might have heard of subconsciously sometimes.
You definitely haven't heard of D&D characters, first of all.
I might have some. You talk about that shit all the time.
I don't think I've ever talked about the lore, but yeah, whatever. That's fair.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very fair. For example, if I use Calvin Coolidge. Real or fake?
Just by what you said, it's probably a real person that's not... Nah.
Yeah, he's a former president. Like 100 years ago. You've... Like, that type of thing, right? I mean, you use a name that you might have heard sometimes. So you're like, oh, that's a real name. And then you think, okay, that has to be the one I picked. That's an asshole move. You gotta make stuff up, man. You gotta make names up. It's nothing easier to make up Hearthstone cards. I mean, there's names all over the place.
But then you also complain if I use like an existing race and then like a descriptor.
What?
Like where you said like, oh yeah, Nagas exist. You probably just put a slight variation on it. That's
cool. That's all right.
Last time you were complaining about it when I was like, oh yeah, like what was it, like Illidan Stormwind or something like that. It's like you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that was totally fair. That was just me being dumb as fuck, not known as Illidan Stormrage. That's fair. I can see that. Next name, Larry Bird. Larry Bird. Wanna know what sport he played?
Fake.
It's real.
Really?
That's it's kind of low key, unbelievable, but he was a legendary basketball player.
The thing is, the name was like basically too normal. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, this could go either way.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh yeah, do you want to know what sport he was? And I'm like, yeah, he's he's about to make some shit up.
The funniest thing about this is that 99% of the world's population would laugh at you hysterically for not knowing this person, because he's one of the 10 most legendary basketball players of all time. Like everyone and their mother and her grandmother knows Larry Bird. But I know you don't, why it was okay to pick this, right? That's the cool thing about this. So everybody knows it. The weird, strange, embarrassing part is not that you didn't get guessed wrong, but it's that you don't know him immediately. That's the part.
Okay.
That's really the thing. Okay, your next turn.
Awaken the Makers.
That's a real, and that's a quest.
Yeah.
Is that the priest quest? Even?
Yeah. The thing is, oftentimes the quest names aren't as recognizable as the name of what they give you.
Exactly.
So, like Amara Warden of Hope, you would have known.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if you actually knew Awaken the Makers.
Exactly.
Same for like, oh yeah, you know Self-Furious, but what the fuck is the warrior quest called?
Oh man.
I don't even know.
No clue. I know the Lakari Sacrifice because you play it.
Yeah.
The Mage Quest is like, oh wait, you get a time warp.
Yeah, you get a time warp.
But the Mage Quest?
What's the quest name? I don't know.
What even is it, man? Oh yeah, it's like Waygate or something like that. Gateway, way.
Yeah, Waygate, something that sounds about right.
Open the way.
Open the Waygate, that sounds right.
Open the Waygate, that's something like that. Yeah.
Same for like, oh yeah, the last Kaleidosaurus. You don't know that. You know Galvadon.
I would have known the last Kaleidosaur.
Okay, fair, but you know.
But paladins don't play quests anyway, so I wouldn't have known Galvadon either. I would have probably known the last Kaleidosaur before I would have known Galvadon.
But still, it's like you generally often don't know the quests, so
yeah, Crystal Core.
Yeah, is that even a quest? Is that the quest or that's the reward?
That's the reward. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if the quest is named. Anyway, next person, Coco Crisp, or better yet, Coco Crisp. Coco's first name, Crisp is the last name. How am I gonna do this? Am I gonna like always tell you what sport they play, or I'm not gonna tell you anything as to not confuse you and just guess purely from the name?
I can guess just from the name.
Let's do like we can ask questions. If we want to ask questions, we can do that.
Would have been tougher Awakening the Makers because like, oh yeah, what stats? Like, oh yeah, it's a 1 mana quest. It's like,
yeah,
huh? Like there aren't that many of them.
Nope. Coco Crisp.
What sport?
Basketball.
I'm gonna go with fake.
Actually, I totally lied to you. He's a baseball player, but he's real. I was like, that. I just wanted to say a sport as soon as possible to not sound fake, without even making up my mind what sport he actually played. And I realized that wait, this guy was
that's bullshit too.
He was a baseball player, but
not that it would help me, but still,
it was real. Cook Crisp, real baseball.
I didn't want to sound fake, so I said the wrong sport because it was faster.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
That was a blooper. Your turn.
Muckla's champion.
Muckla's champion. That sounds like one of those where you just threw two of them together. But I know that legends are related a lot. So if it's gonna be one, it's probably gonna be a wild one. It's probably gonna be a legend one either. There's already two Mucklas, man. I'm saying fake.
Real.
Wild card?
I believe it's a rare. It's
right.
I can't tell you the settler now, but I believe it's 5 mana and it has Inspire. Give your other minions +1/+1.
That's pretty good.
Which is really good.
That's really good.
I used to run it in my hunter.
For
way back when there was no such thing as wild mode.
For a rare? That's tough. I mean, I
believe it's
seems
rare.
pretty good. That seems like value to me. Next person. This guy. The man's name is Credence Clearwater Quoto. Credence. His first name is Credence Clearwater.
Man, if they ever revive him,
he's Credence Clearwater revival.
No. You made that up.
It's real. It doesn't do.
I wasn't sure if you actually blundered the last name because you honestly didn't know or if you were just trying to make it sound convincing.
I know. It's Cuoto, but it's legitimately the man's name is Credence Clearwater Quoto. I've never heard of him before. I looked him up before to see he's a soccer player from somewhere.
Dude,
but
that's
exists.
Great.
That's pretty good. Your turn.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, imagine having that name.
Magni Bronzebeard.
Magni Bronzebeard. As opposed to Bran Bronzebeard. That could be Bran Bronzebeard's wife. Thing is, right? I'm probably gonna say fake because it's probably a character from the Warcraft universe. But I'm not gonna say it's in the well. If it is, it's gonna be a wild card because Bran also has a wild card. But I have Magni Bronzebeard. There's this one alternate warrior hero, isn't his name Bronzebeard? Something like that. But then it wouldn't be a card. If there was, then which I don't know, but that wouldn't be a card. So I'm gonna say fake.
You're 100% correct, and I was just gonna see if you knew that the alternate warrior hero was in fact Magni Bronzebeard.
That's the guy? Alright, okay. But it's not a card.
It's not a card, no.
So
that was correct.
Alright, not a card.
But
I just remembered that.
It's just straight up the warrior hero, the alternate one.
Which you barely ever see.
Yeah. Because it's one of those that you have to buy you have to pay 250 to get.
True.
Weirdly enough.
250, isn't it like $9, like $9.99?
Is it? It might.
I think it's like $9.99.
Might be. I don't know, but it's like, dude,
crazy.
Even 250 is much because it's a card back in a hero.
Yeah.
No cards, nothing.
Like Alira.
Weirdly enough, you see Medivh semi often.
Yeah, Medivh happens quite a lot. Alira is also pretty rare.
Yeah.
The hunter. Alright. Interesting.
Gotta start scratching some of the list, man.
I'm just going through in a chronological order here.
I intentionally didn't go through them in that because they were almost alternating between real and fake.
Okay. I just put them in order before. Okay. Next person by the name of World Be Free. World Be Free. That's not only his name, it's also his catchphrase. What's your name and what do you do? World be free. World be free. That's what he does.
Nah, you just made it too fake right now.
It's real.
Oh god.
The
thing is, right?
The catchphrase.
I've been calling fake like 3 times back to back, and they've all been real.
They've all been real. It's actually not a world. Well, it's World, and it's just B, like the letter B.
Yes.
His second name starts with a B, apparently.
Yeah.
So, but that's the funniest way to say it. It's a World Be Free. Huge fan, basketball player.
His middle name is probably Benedictus.
Well, Benedictus.
He's not on the list.
His middle name should totally be Better Not, or Better Not Be. So it's like, what's your name? World Be Free. What does it stand for? World Better Not Be Free. It would be fantastic, okay?
Technically, if it was just Better Not, it would be Better Not Free. Not Better
Yeah,
Not
I'm
Be
saying
Free.
Better Not Be Free.
Yeah. Stormwind Champion.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Totally. That's just the guy in heavy armor that gives all the other people 1/1, right?
Yeah.
It's a basic card or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that guy. I had him in my, like, when I started up, the very first deck.
I was about to say no one. I've not seen no one ever run him. So
no, of course not. But in that very first deck,
I didn't know if you knew it, but of course, yeah.
It's like a 7-mana 6/6 or something.
Something like that. Sounds about right.
Yeah, obviously no.
Interestingly enough, when I typed his name into the search bar for Hearthstone Gamepedia, didn't give a suggestion. I was like, did I get the name wrong? And then looked him up on the list of basic cards and just totally was there.
Yeah, he's there. Stormwind. Behold the might of Stormwind.
Yeah.
I totally know that guy. Leroy Jenkins. But not Leroy. Roy Jenkins. Two names. Like Lee, you know, from The Walking Dead, and Roy. Roy Jenkins.
I'm gonna say real.
Fake.
Yeah.
Made it up. It totally could be a person named that way. If there's one out there, I haven't looked for it specifically, but there's no one that I know, so as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, of course, that's the thing about making up names. It's like, Hearthstone cards, there's a finite number. I mean, there's also a finite number of athletes,
but you can't know them all.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Like, Hearthstone cards are probably like 1,000, maybe.
Yeah. But if Leroy Jenkins existed, he would have been older than the meme itself.
Yes.
So, actually, that wouldn't, like, there would have been like, oh yeah, this is too weird, no one ever named their kid that.
Yeah.
Because it would have been before that. So that could totally be a thing. Yeah, I made it up in this case.
Let's see. Deep Sea Kraken.
Deep Sea Kraken. Well, that feels like an old gods thing. Or a pirate thing. But old gods are still in standard. Well, not for long, but they still are. And I've never heard this before. This also seems like a very, like, such a default name for anything, any creature, right? A deep sea kraken. Usually it's at least a pun, like a river crocodilus. Like, it's not just a river crocodile. There's usually a pun in there.
Bloodfen Raptor.
Bloodfen Raptor.
I don't see the pun.
Okay, fair.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Deep Sea Kraken. I'm just gonna say real, but it's a wild card probably.
Fake. I don't think there's a single Kraken in the game.
I don't know.
I mean, there are Krakens in the universe, but I don't think there's a single Kraken in the game. I made that up, but when I wrote it down, it sounded oddly familiar. Probably a magic card or something like that.
Deep Sea Kraken.
I feel like it sounds like a magic card. That's how they name some of their like generic minion cards. Like just name something like that. Like,
Deep Sea Kraken. Possible. I don't know. So that's why I've never encountered it, because it's not real.
Exactly.
The next person, or actually these are two people. Matter of fact, these are brothers. Okay? They go by the name of Majestic Map and Scientific Map. Those are brothers. They both play basketball. Majestic Map and Scientific Map.
Did they play on the same team?
I honestly don't know. I would assume so. They're brothers. And if they didn't go pro in the NBA, they probably did.
I'm gonna say fake.
It's real.
Of course it is.
Imagine a name being Scientific Map. That would be fantastic.
Is that nicknames or is that actual names?
That's names, but the kicker is map is spelled with 2 P. So it's MAPP, which still makes it awful. if your first name is Scientific or Majestic, and your last name is Map.
Well, Majestic's okay, but Scientific that's just an
Map.
odd name.
And Majestic Map's also weird.
Because you can always be like, I'm Majestic.
I'm Majestic. I'm Scientific. You'd probably rather call yourself Scientific than Majestic if it was to describe yourself.
Well, but that's the funny thing. Is like, I'm Majestic. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Look, it says in my ID.
Exactly. Scientific.
I'm Scientific. Of course. Yeah, of course, you nerd.
Yeah.
No one's going to doubt that.
Yeah, sure. But he's a jock because he played sports. Probably a nerd.
But I'm saying, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I got 2 more. You should also have 2 more. 3 more, actually. Because I started. Is that correct?
I do have 4, but I don't mind if you drop one. You know what? I can drop one. It's okay.
You can just do both. Doesn't matter. I got time.
Let's start off with this one. Fairy Dragon.
True.
Yeah.
Well, you could have just like pulled one on me where you misspelled it like fairy as a fairy tale.
Yeah,
it's
but
spelled differently.
But
it's in standard. It's a small dragon. It's a 3/2. Can't be targeted by spells and hero powers.
Again, it's one of those. It isn't run a lot, so I didn't know.
It is run a bit. I mean, the typical dragon meta decks don't really run it because the dragon priests they'll just run the Nether Spider Swords instead.
Yes.
For like a smaller dragon related type thing, but it exists. It's like a 1 level lower bear shark, kind of.
Yeah.
It's 1 down in every category, 1 down in the mana, same effect.
Yeah.
Dragons.
It's also, what was it? I think, what was it? Was it like Tyranids or something like that? Where in the flavor text it says like, oh yeah, like millions of years of evolutionary pressure turned these into the fairy dragons we know today.
The what? The Tyrant?
No, it's not. Is it Tyranids or it's one of those like giant dinosaurs anyways. It's like the script text like, oh yeah, millions of years of evolutionary pressure turned these into the fairy dragons we know today.
I don't know.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, I know the fairy dragon is real. Okay. The person by the name of Wonderful Terrific Mons Jr.
I feel like the junior is a bit too much. I don't know. I'm gonna say fake.
It's real. It's real. Why is the junior too much? Do you think I just made it up to make it extra spicy?
Because like, dude, that means that there was someone that was their father was probably going the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That makes it more ridiculous.
Exactly.
Because that means there were 2 people named that.
But Wonderful Terrific Mons? Like, someone had some high expectations for their kid. It's like, what do you want to name this guy? Wonderful Terrific. Okay, it's America, so you can do that.
That's also a thing, right? You can.
Yeah.
It's the land of the free. You can name your kid whatever.
Home of the brave.
Unless it's copyright infringement, in which case you can't.
It's true.
That's like the one thing you can't do.
Yeah, I know. I think like names like Adolf Hitler and all that can also be repealed.
Which is stupid. That's an actual name. That makes sense.
Yeah, I know. But again, historical references.
So?
I don't know.
I could probably call my child like Julius Gallius Caesar and be fine.
Maybe. Probably.
Kill about as many people. Maybe more.
Yeah. You could probably call some...
Also, same political career.
Yeah. True.
Like, almost the exact same. Like,
Hitler committed suicide and Caesar was actually murdered.
Yeah, but it's like, the career where it's like, like, consolidated all the power upon himself by strategically eliminating Congress and all that stuff. So similar.
I know. And this is a bunch of other Roman emperors.
Yeah.
Who were pretty evil, like Nero, Caligula, these guys.
Brother Nero.
You could totally name your
Which,
kid,
by the way, it's his real middle name. That's the best part. Know. Jeffrey Nero Hardy.
Yep. That's pretty good.
I don't remember what Matt's middle name is, but he also has one.
You got 1 more? Or 2 more, actually? 3 more?
I've got 3 more.
Just call out. I got 1 more.
Got 1 more? Oh. Hold that up. Neltharion.
What? Neltharion?
Neltharion.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this before, so I'm saying real.
There is a Nefarian. There's not a Neltharion.
Okay. So
which, by the way, is Deathwing's real name.
Nefarian?
Neltharion.
Neltharion.
Nefarian is Deathwing's son, I believe.
Okay, I know that
he has a bunch of those, and Nyx is his daughter.
Okay, I know. Well, as long as the dragon family.
Yeah.
Is that why he pulls all the dragons into your when he dies?
I don't know.
Possible.
The other Deathwing made more sense thematically. The one that just kills everything.
Okay, yeah.
That makes more sense for Deathwing as a character.
Okay, fair. Nefarian, I know. But that just got me there. That was a good design. Last person. Bill M. Billy. Bill and Billy. So last name is also Billy, basically. His first name might also be William, but they displayed it Bill, so I'm picking Bill. It's also funnier.
I'm gonna say fake because almost everyone thus far was real, but I don't know.
It's fake.
Like, how many fake ones did you have? Like 3?
Like 2 or 3. So Bill and Billy is fake. The Anthony Buttman is fake. And Leroy Jenkins is fake.
That's the thing, right?
3 for 10.
For you, it's like, let me pull out like all kinds of real funny names and then just add some fake ones. For me, it's like usually like almost 50-50.
Yeah.
Which is...
Oh man, with 2 for 7. 3 for 10, so. You got 2 more. Let me hear. There's also a long podcast. Let's go.
I just remembered that you probably have heard of this one.
Alright.
Maybe I'm just saying that.
What is it?
I think it's fake. To make you think, wait, what?
What is it?
Rin.
What?
Varian Rin.
You've told me about it. That's like Anduin's father, right?
Yes.
Yeah, alright. You told me about that.
He is... I don't even know from... I think he's a Goblins vs.
But in Wild.
I think he's from Goblins vs. Gnomes or something.
Yeah,
but he's
you showed me that before, too.
I just... Like, literally, when you said that I have one too many, I realized that we talked about this one before.
Yeah, we talked about that one. What's the last one?
Gundren Rockseeker.
Never heard of it. Probably true. Gundren.
Yes.
Rockseeker. Just let it be real.
Fake.
Alright. I've never heard of it. When I've never heard of it, it's a 50-50. Basically.
Yes, that's how it works.
Exactly.
Which is also why you have an inherent advantage, because if you've heard of it, it's usually real. Okay, Magni.
Nefarian.
But, yeah. But generally speaking, if you've heard of it, it's probably real. For athletes, same thing, but I don't know athletes. Like, at all.
It's true.
And the ones I do know are ones you mention a lot, so you know that I know them.
Like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Alright. We got a song of the week.
Yes, we do.
To end the thing, because we need to leave the people on a high note and a bad musical pun.
We started saying that a lot lately.
Yeah, which is good because that's tradition. That's continuity.
Continuity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You pronounce it a bit weird because it sounded like you were gonna say continue. And then
I was gonna make a fancy word. I was gonna say that's continuous anything, but I was like, let's not do it. The podcast was going
continually.
It's continuity. What's the song of the week, JJ?
It's "Some Girls" by Racy. Just for the reason that...
Do I know that song?
You probably know that song.
Do I know that song? It doesn't ring a bell right now.
It's one of those where it's an okay song. It's not anything spectacular.
Is it decent or good? Is it even decent?
I'm gonna say it's probably decent overall, and probably like more towards good in the catchiness.
By whomst was it again?
Racy.
That's a bit of racist name.
Is it though?
No.
So that the reason actually just is because my mother recently got a CD from them and she's been playing that lately. And so that song has been on my mind because of that, so.
Okay, I'm gonna listen back to that and then tell you how horribly wrong you are, maybe, possibly.
I never said it was good.
Yeah.
Usually when you say that I'm horribly wrong, it's because I'm overvaluing something in your opinion.
Yeah, but
because apparently I like music too much.
But if something is disgusting and you're saying it's good or decent, you're still overvaluing it, right?
I still don't see how I'm wrong when I like music more.
You don't like music more than me. You just like the wrong music more than the right music is the problem. And that's basically my entire mission on this channel. Like in a religious way. For real. Alright, my song of the week is I can virtually guarantee better than yours, which is Right to Agadir by Mike Batt. Okay. You know those two songs. Which one's better? In your opinion?
God. I don't like Right to Agadir. That's a thing.
It's a good song. I mean, it's probably great. It's between good and great, man. It might be at the upper echelon of good. I won't quite put it in great, but it's a damn good song. Anyway, I would recommend you listen to both of those songs, because even though I don't know it and it might be pretty low, the fact that you suggested it and you like it and your mother likes it, because I know she's got a good taste in music too, makes me think that it's probably still better than the average whatever Justin Bieber today, right?
Yes.
So you should probably go listen to both of those songs and then let us know your opinion. Which one do you like better? I prefer Right to Agadir already, probably. Unless the other one's really good. I haven't heard it yet. So I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, even though that's what most people do.
I mean, how else are you going to buy books?
Exactly. You're not going to read them in full, because if you read them in full, you're not going to buy it. There's no need to buy them
also,
no more.
Like, there is text on the back, but it's like 3 paragraphs of text.
Yeah, but the back is also the back's also part of the cover.
Yeah, fair.
Right?
Yeah, usually when you think cover, you think front cover, but yeah. But even then, it's like, I'm not going to read 3 paragraphs of text for like every book that they have in the store. It's like, there's like hundreds of books there.
Well, first of all, I don't buy books. But yeah, like, I'm not going to read through the full book. If I do, there's no need for me to buy it anymore because I've read it already.
Fair.
So how else am I supposed to judge it by how it looks? Like, is it interesting? Is the title cool? Then I'm buying it. That's judging it by its cover. Like, there's nothing to say about that. Thank you for listening to the Trash Talk Podcast. It's been going on for a while. Hope you wasted some of your valuable time. And JD.
That's it.
That's it.